So here we are today. We have made our way to Gurston Down hill climb. We've got the Mazda parked up. We've signed on. We've been issued number 11. So let's see what hill climbing is all about.
First up was the driver's briefing. So we headed to the clubhouse, grabbed a coffee and made ourselves comfortable. We were then introduced to the team, our instructors for the day, and given a rundown of how the day would work and an insight into the sport of hill climbing, which is essentially driving a vehicle along a narrow twisty section of road as quickly as possible against the clock. Then in groups we headed onto the hill for a track walk with our instructors. These marker cones we used to give us apex, braking and entry points to the corners. Having had the chance to walk the track, we headed back into the clubhouse for a more detailed track briefing.
So there we go, briefing's all done. We've walked the track as well. Get to it. Okay, so I think the plan is now that we're going to go out for some convoy runs, learn the hill, and then they're going to let us loose and get on with some driving. Then there's a bit of lunch, some more runs in the afternoon. It is a scored day, so no lap times, but they will be scoring us on how well they think we drive. So let's see how we get on. Have our first ever go at hill climbing in the MX-5.
Convoy runs are essentially the same as a sighting lap on a track day. A chance to see the track in a controlled environment whilst following an instructor, while removing the opportunity to stick it in the ditch before the day has even begun. After the convoy runs were done, we got out to play. The morning runs were all about learning the track and getting feedback from the instructors, taking their advice on board and putting it into practice to hopefully improve for future runs.
Yeah, I've just done my first run of my first ever hill climb, and that was actually quite hairy. It's really narrow, about 11 foot wide. It looked easy when we did the track walk, but actually doing it for the first time at speed was tough. I think I did okay, can definitely improve. That's what today's all about, having fun, getting in the car, giving it some stick. First run was over really quick, but loads of fun. So when you finish the run, you come up to the top, the marshals put you into position, and then you go back down, queue up and do it all over again. So I've had my first feedback from the instructors here. Overall good, they're happy with what I'm doing. Lines are good. That obviously all comes from my racing background anyway. I was a bit sideways, I couldn't resist it, so just neaten those exits up really. It's got to be a bit smoother on the throttle. Really good day overall. You go out, you do some sessions, you get immediate feedback from the instructors who are placed all around the circuit to give you some tips. So if you're thinking about doing some hill climbs or any kind of racing really, it's good to come and do this day because you get advice chucked in. So on to the rest of the day. We've got lunch next, then some assess runs this afternoon, and then I think that's it.
So here we are, we'll jump on board for my first timed run. As we head down Park Straight into Hollow Bend, we want to position the car towards the left, swing over to the right hand side to give us a good entry through the second part of Hollow. Stay off the curb here, and then take all of the curb on the left hand side, opening up the corner through Hollow, which will then lead you nicely through the left hander and into Carousel. As you come into Carousel, position your car to the left hand side to open up the corner on the right, mid apex, and use all of the track on the left hand side before downshifting again and running the second part of carousel around the outside, which will give you a good downhill run into Deer's Leap. As you go up over Deer's Leap, make sure you get your car back over to the right hand side to give you a good entry and late apex using some of the curb through Ashes. As you exit Ashes, use all of the track on the right hand side, correct any oversteer you might have, then it's on the power, up through the gears, through Burke's Rise, through Stones and through the finish line. Now let's take a look at that run at full speed. So there we go, down Park Straight, looking well ahead, positioning the car on the left hand side, looking right the way through Hollow Bend, getting over to the right hand side here, curb on the left, power through the left hander before we need to hit some brake, shift down on the left hand side there, late apex, up the hill, down a gear, stay wide here, that gives you a good run up through Deer's Leap, get over to the right, late apex, take some curb if necessary, get on the power, drive up through Burke's Rise, through Stones, look well ahead, keep the power on through the finish line. And that's my Gurston Down track guide complete. Hopefully you enjoyed that and it's given you some useful tips. Okay, so on my way home from an amazing day at Gurston Down for one of their school days. I've never done a hill climb before, so I didn't know what to expect. You have 3 marked runs at the end, where you get a percentage of how good you are out of 100. It's put into the computer system, the computer spills out your percentage, and that's how they work out what you scored on the school day. The winner of the day takes home the trophy, and I'm glad to say, with 88%, that winner was me. A big thanks to all the instructors and the staff, really enjoyable day and really good fun. Hopefully that's given you some inspiration to maybe get out and do something like this yourself. For very little money, you can get out and have some fun in any car that you've got. And if you like your video today, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.